My name is Victoria Wilson. This is my YouTube channel, and this is my 3-month-old daughter at the time of this recording. Her name is Emma Jo, and she was born in December 2022. So by trade and by training, I am a certified birth doula, which means that in my life and in my work, I am really interested in birth options, birth outcomes, and just making the most of our childbearing years. And so this time around, like I said, our family kind of just asked a lot of new questions. We explored some different types of care we had not explored in the past. We tried different things we've never tried before with the baby. And one of those things we explored was stem cell banking. Um, banking. So Anja Health, I am a affiliate partner with them, but also I am just a fan. I'm a fan of how they run their business. I'm a fan of their woman-owned origins, and I'm a fan of how they also kind of approach birth with that smart, thoughtful, evidence-based, respectful way. And so again, they reached out to me just as a birth doula, but I told them, hey, I am actually pregnant myself, and I'd be really interested and banking with you. So that's what we did. I actually have a video that I know I recorded of me unboxing my kit, but it was lost in a computer reset, and I did not realize it was lost until my kit had my baby's stem cells in it, and it's off in their lab now. But in the next couple slides, I'm going to show you some photos of what would be in the kit and kind of describe that process for us. So your stem cell collection kit from Anja is going to have everything you need in it, no matter what you're banking. If it's the cord tissue, the cord blood, or placenta, you're just going to use the items that pertain to you. They come in a box that is designed to stay cold and chill for the entire time that you have it in your possession until you send it off to them, which is amazing. They literally include everything. So whether you're giving birth in the hospital or home or birth center, anything your provider needs to process your stem cells that you're saving are going to be right there. And again, as I've mentioned, they had multiple, directions that were clear, easy to understand. They've got labels for you. Literally everything is in the bag. For my midwife, she did like having a picture of all the items beforehand just to orient herself. So we certainly did that. And you see everything is, sterile that needs to be sterile. They really are professional and literally have everything you would possibly need. And again, our provider liked kind of having a glance at everything beforehand. But even if it was someone's first time seeing the kit, they would have easy to follow directions to save whatever you're saving from your baby. So I've shared this before on my channel, but really my thoughts on stem cell banking is that, it's a new frontier. There are many different ways to bank your baby's stem cells, like different types of stem cells you could bank. There's different methods. You could use public stem cell banking, which is sort of the mainstream norm, or you could do private banking, which is what we did through Anja Health, if you sort of want more control over your own stem cells, more access to your own stem cells later. And I really think, it's one of those things, like I always want to be like an early adopter, not a late follower. And so stem cell science is just so rapidly changing. And for our family, having this, awareness, this chance to be on the front end was really important to me. So I think it's incredible. I think that we're just kind of scratching the tip of the iceberg of what can be accomplished with stem cells. And I definitely want our family to benefit from uses of stem cells we don't even know yet, but the science is promising and heading in that direction. So collecting her stem cells was really easy for me, right? All I had to do was show up at the hospital with this box that Angia sent, a collection box, a few, several weeks, honestly, before she was born. And it was really easy. I let my providers know we were planning on banking stem cell. In my case, I was a home birth who opted for a hospital birth at the end of pregnancy due to a breech presenting baby. And so I just made sure all the providers knew who were involved in my care that were banking. And honestly, I really love the kit because not only is it beautiful, it was really functional. So it kind of came in, it looked, when I brought it in, I think it just looked clean, modern, professional. The directions were easy to follow. Even the nurse in triage was like, oh wow, like I've done these before. This is the clearest, directions that I've seen. And so they made it really easy. Honestly, we just had to make sure we brought that box to the hospital. You'll kind of see some photos. It was sitting on the ledge in the hospital room. And immediately after birth, my provider, the midwife, hospital midwife who caught our baby, she knew that delayed cord clamping was really important to me. So she delayed up to 90 seconds, which Anja Health's process allows, and then cut and clamp the cord. And I'll put some photos here of that our birth photographer and doula took, Megan. And it was just easy. Again, I remember I felt like a little high maintenance just because I was already a home birth transfer. I knew that we were going to have some special request. And I at first I felt like, oh gosh, I really don't want this to be like one extra thing that the team has to think about. Since we're already kind of like, we weren't originally supposed to be at the hospital, now we are. But honestly, the Anja box, again, the Anja directions, it was just all so clear. And it really was like, hey, this is my only shot to collect Emma's stem cells, and it's important to mention it. And I remember everyone was really chill about it. I kind of thought it would just be more of like a high maintenance thing, but our nurses were great, our providers were great, and it's not a fuss to push for what you want and what's important to you. And you've done the research, you've made those decisions, and you should have you deserve to have a care team that supports those choices, and mine certainly did. And you can kind of see in these photos it was pretty easy. After the birth, the items they collected, in her case, we banked her cord blood and her cord tissue because I had other plans for my placenta. Those got into the, sterile bags. We boxed it up in the kit. My husband, once we got to our postpartum room, called that Anja Health number. I wondered, is this really going to be like 24/7 staffed, because I gave birth on a weekend, and sure enough, it was. The carrier arrived in like 2 hours to pick up our box, and it was really straightforward. And I'll say too, the whole process for me, I really like that Anja is very communicative. So I got emails from them, text from them. I really, and one, I actually had like a question about payment that I had to send in, and I got an answer back right away when I responded to that text message. It just really made me feel like at any step in the process, if I had a question, they were there and they were listening and they were going to respond. Again, this is one more thing I've really enjoyed about working with Anja, getting to know them both as a referral partner, as a content creator, but also as a parent who banks with them now. I just like that it's a small kind of intimate company, and they really make you feel seen, and individualized. And again, right, we're sending off our baby's stem cells, her DNA, to a lab that I want to have to access for years to come. And just that personalization really made me feel secure of like, okay, yes, they know who I am. They're checking all the boxes. They're double checking things. We've got closed loop communication. And that just made me feel like safe and secure to put, our precious like baby's DNA information into their hands. I really like that, as opposed to, I wonder if like different processes would just feel big and impersonal and you're kind of a number, not a name. Here, I think it was both professional, like they had the numbers, they have my information, but also I'm a name. They know who I am, and they care about me and my baby's stem cells. And they picked up the box and went on our way. A couple of days later, I got the text and email confirmation that my stem cells made it to the lab, and now I just have a lot of peace that part's over. And I know that her stem cells are ready for us to access, 18 to 20 years into the future.